When I was 11, so I talk about, so Philly is my home, like hands down, all that kind of stuff. When I was 11 though, I was living in a rural town in South Jersey. So when I was in this rural town in South Jersey, I didn't know what the word gay was, what trans was, what queer was, but I knew that for whatever I was dealing with in the world, I was going to hell. So I learned that pretty quickly. So this is a poem that I wrote pretty recently based on just some really great people in my life that I've gotten to meet over the years. And this is called Josephine.
Yes.
Let's go.
Woo.
She asked if she can talk to me about Jesus at 3 a.m. on the C train because something about my queer face means clearly I'm on a path straight to hell. I've come to expect this type of reaction from strangers at least once a week since the first time I was exercised at 16, but today I've grown tired and I've decided it is my turn to proselytize. So before you do any of that, I want to know from you, have you heard the good word about Joseph of Genesis? See, Josephine, Joe of Genesis, favorite child of Jacob, aka Israel. When asked what she wanted, you desired one thing, a ketoneth passim. Pastor called this a royal coat, and Joe, I had never read the Bible before, found you and kept reading. Josephine, I got to 2 Samuel and realized your coat of many colors was a princess dress. Joseph, your father must have really loved you, because he got it for you and you wore it with pride. Joe, when your brothers saw you in your flowing dress, in your glory, they became enraged. I am sorry for the beating you received. Sorry they destroyed your dress and smeared it with the red paint of your swollen veins. Josephine, did you know they told your father you were dead? So he never come looking for you. Never knew your brother sold you as a slave into Egypt, and once you were stolen from your home fields, the earth dried up. Joe, the very ground on which you walked, mourned the loss of its genderqueer child, and all the plants died, and the animals no longer had the will to live. Josephine, your family nearly starved. Saw the formation of ribs where once there grew flesh and belly fat, and they, hungry and desperate, traveled into Egypt. And what must they have seen, Joe? See, in Egypt, people discovered you, not as a fag, not as training. They saw you in totality. You went from slave to leader over lands. There you were, Josephine, as magnificent. And your family couldn't even recognize you through the glare of divinity. But you saw them, shivering in fear, waiting to hear what this regal leader might say, wondering if your spirit might see fit to grant them the grain needed to survive. And Joseph, love, broke through the darkness of resentment. And for the first time, your family saw you as magnificent, for it was your word that saved them from starvation. Dear Joseph of Genesis, aka Josephine, aka Joe, I'm claiming your story for every queer kid told that we're unholy, for every queer told that in order to love we must let our faith die. I'm going to put it in a pocket over my heart, next to Ruth and Naomi, next to David and Jonathan, next to Haggai and Deborah, and seek them at the last Passover with Jesus and Lazarus. Yes, I'm taking Jesus with me too, dear pastor. To you, who claims your words are from God, but whose book is pledged to King James, know what allegiances you keep. You've been lying about my people for too long.